A fragile pause in the global trade war has been extended, but the stakes couldn't be higher. The world is holding its breath as the final decision rests in the hands of one man, President Donald Trump. From Stockholm to Washington, from Beijing to Brussels, this high-stakes chess game over tariffs is far from over. After 2 tense days of negotiations in Stockholm, U.S. and Chinese officials have agreed in principle to delay the next round of tit-for-tat tariffs. This pause was set to expire on August 12th, threatening to reignite a costly trade battle. But here's the catch. U.S. negotiators have made it crystal clear. President Trump has the final say. China's top trade envoy, Li Chenggang, has stated that this extended truce, originally established in mid-May, will allow both sides to continue negotiations. However, there are no details yet on how long this pause will last or when talks will resume. The uncertainty is palpable. On the U.S. side, Trade Representative Jamieson Greer emphasized that any agreement on tariff delays hinges on Trump's direct approval. In a rare move, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent joined the talks, underscoring the urgency of the situation. He even warned China that continued purchases of Russian oil could trigger secondary sanctions and further tariffs. Talk about raising the stakes. But China isn't sitting idly by. In retaliation to Trump's border tax threats, Beijing has imposed its own tariffs on American goods and restricted exports of rare earth metals, vital for U.S. defense and tech industries. It's a classic tit-for-tat scenario, and the tension is rising. Meanwhile, Trump is poised to slap additional tariffs on Mexico and Canada this Friday, unless last-minute breakthroughs occur. Countries like Vietnam and Cambodia are scrambling to secure talks to avoid a similar fate. The global landscape is shifting rapidly, and everyone's on edge. Over in Europe, the EU narrowly avoided higher tariffs. Trade Commissioner Maroš Šefčovič reportedly negotiated for over 100 hours, managing to reduce a planned 30% tariff to 15% in a tentative deal. Yet, many insiders say this agreement lacks clear substance. As former WTO Director General Pascal Lamy put it, many of these trade wins touted by the White House are 2/3 baked, leaving markets and governments in a cloud of uncertainty. The International Monetary Fund has responded positively, slightly raising global growth projections to 3%. But they issued a stark warning. This fragile progress could unravel quickly if tariffs surge once again. As the world watches and waits, this truce may offer a brief sigh of relief, but it's far from a peace treaty. With the power to restart or stall the tariff war, President Trump holds not just the pen, but the pressure valve on global markets. The countdown to August 12th may be postponed, but the trade war clock is still ticking.